aggressive interior attack on it, but we're forced out due to the volume of fire, just the intensity of the fire.
An inferno on Loop 410. We got flames ripping through apartments. Over 100 firefighters battled this blaze.
I am very thankful for the opportunity to be able to serve with everybody in mind.
And San Antonio has a new leader. After 8 years, Gina Ortiz-Jones takes the mayoral seat. Hear her secret to victory and what it means for our city coming up.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
6 o'clock on a Monday here. Nice to have everybody along.
Definitely. Okay, so let's get right into it because we got some activity happening in our radar era.
We do. We do. It is starting to kind of move away from us, so I don't know that we're going to get a lot of rain this morning, but I'm encouraged by the weather pattern. I think we are going to get some rain in the coming days, and I think at least some of us will see some good rain. There's the authority radar right now. We do have a little bit of a line developing up across parts of central Texas. We'll see what this does. There's also an outflow boundary right here that could kick up some showers. But so far, the bulk of the activity is east and northeast of San Antonio, and that's where most of this is going to stay. We're just not seeing a lot here, and I don't know that we will throughout the morning. What's ahead? Rain, possibly. Daily possibilities through Friday. Our best chance being Wednesday and Wednesday night. That's when we have the peak lift working through South Texas. And how much could we see? I'd say widespread 1 to 3 inches. A few of us will see that higher end total, most of us on the lower end. But it's something. It's not a drought busting rainfall, but it is something, especially in the month of June. We will absolutely take it. Our forecast. Noontime, 88. We will take rain chances out at that point and then add some very small rain chances back in this afternoon. 97 is where we end up. It will be hot and humid today, but we watch for storms tonight to see if they will work into our area. We'll show you the futurecast coming up in just a couple minutes. RJ, what do you got on the roads this morning?
All right, Justin, things looking pretty good if you're about to step outside for your Monday morning commute. We have cleared out some overnight construction right there, 10 at West Avenue over at Vance Jackson. Good morning to all of our folks there. 10 at the Y, no major issues there. And as we showed you guys earlier, our camera out here, 37 at 281. Basically, where 281 and 37 kind of meet a little bit southeast of Pleasanton. Don't get to see that camera shot too often, but 35 at Olympia Parkway. Let's go to that particular spot because we are seeing a lot of things clear out here. So this is good news for all of our drivers about to step outside. Again, for our 6 o'clock hour earlier, we had some pretty good delays here from Topper Wine all the way up to Olympia Parkway, but it looks like we are good to go there. And again, good news for our drivers on the northeast side. This situation has gotten a little bit trickier over the past 15 minutes or so. Now, earlier, it was reported construction over in the frontage road of 10 over at New Braunfels Avenue, but it looks like that may have actually stretched into the main lane. So again, keeping an eye on this situation east side of town right here off of 37 before all of our folks get to I-10 and 37. A look at our inbound drive time. Traffic is looking pretty good across the San Antonio area. 25 minutes if you're coming in from Bernie. Good morning to y'all up there. 281 at 19 minutes coming down from Bulverde. Not too bad. And 26 minutes right now in New Braunfels on I-35. So we'll keep an eye on this situation going on. Again, Alex Gomez taking a much-deserved Monday off for us, so we are handling all the traffic duties right here. All right, let's go back to you guys on the desk.
Back to RJ, thank you. Take a look at what happened overnight. A serious situation unfolding on the northeast side.
In San Antonio, firefighters battled this massive 2-alarm blaze, and this happened in an apartment complex on Loop 410 between Starcrest and Perrin Vital. Patty Santos is right there as we speak, been there live all morning collecting information. So, Patty, can you tell us any new updates?
Hey there, good morning. Well, the fire crews are still here. They're making sure that there's no hot spots that spread this fire, that revived this fire. But we now know that 9 out of the 12 units that were occupied here, and there was a total of 22 people that were displaced. That's 22 people that are without a home this morning. But take a look at the video that was obtained overnight of this fire. You can see the flames shooting out of the 3rd floor of the apartment building. That's the building, the Iron Horse Valley Apartments. This happened at 10:30 last night. It took firefighters about 30 minutes to get a handle on those flames. Over 100 firefighters were called to the scene as a precaution to make sure that the fire didn't spread to the building right next to it, and also to give the working firefighters backup The heat index and the gusty winds were a problem for them last night. Again, this morning, fire investigators are still here on the scene. They're trying to find out what caused this fire. We have reached out to the Red Cross to find out how many of those 22 people that were displaced they are helping out. We're going to continue to bring you any more updates this morning. We'll send it back to you.
I am very thankful for the opportunity to be able to serve with everybody in mind.
All right, San Antonio officially having a new mayor right now for the first time since 2017. Gina Ortiz Jones, you saw her right there, becoming San Antonio's mayor-elect over the weekend. Her edging out opponent Rolando Pablos to secure this victory. After declaring victory, she highlighted what she thinks ultimately won her the election.
My name on the ballot, but you and I know decency was on the ballot. Kindness was on the ballot. Compassion was on the ballot. And San Antonio showed up and showed out.
So Bexar County Elections Administrator Michelle Carew said that there was a 17% voter turnout in the election, with more than 143,000 ballots cast during the 8 days of early voting and then on Election Day.
Yeah, and of those, over 40,000 right here you see there, people voted on the Election Day, and that's more than 40,000 more votes than were cast in the May 3rd election. Other big races that were decided also included 4 seats on the city council, and that went to runoffs. Incumbent city councilwoman for District 1, Sue Kaur, won her seat back in a landslide against challenger Patty Gibbons. Kaur was just a handful of votes away from avoiding a runoff in the May election.
Meanwhile, the race for District 6 was razor-thin close. Rick Galvan won the seat by just 25 votes. He narrowly edged out opponent Kellyanne Gonzalez. He plans to focus on safety and growing pains in his large West Side district. And now, because of that margin, that very thin margin, a recount is very possible. Now, this race was much more decisive. Ivelisse Mesa Gonzalez defeated opponent Paula McGee with 57% of the vote in District 8. She said her big priority now is making sure there is a smooth transition as she takes office. And another decisive victory in District 9, Misty Spears won the race for that seat against opponent Angie Taylor Aramburu. Spears says that she'll be focusing on the basics during her time in office, like public safety, infrastructure, and economic growth.
Now, for a full list of all of the results from last night's election, you can scan that QR code on Saturday night's election on your screen to see the breakdown on KSAT.com, or you could just search elections.
All right, now to Los Angeles, where tensions are boiling over. We saw another day of clashes between law enforcement and protesters speaking out against the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. While parts of downtown saw tear gas in the air in response to violent protesters, much of the city remained calm. Still, though, a tough weekend. 3 officers were injured, 56 were arrested, and officials are promising more as they sift through online videos. This all follows the ICE raids that detained more than 100 people. Now, California Governor Gavin Newsom is calling the National Guard deployment ordered by President Trump an illegal act, and he's promising to sue the administration today. Well, Project Mend is starting the summer off with a series of collection drives to give the gift of mobility to those in need. Their first Gear Up for Mobility event will be held Saturday the 28th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Donors are encouraged to bring gently used home medical equipment like wheelchairs and power scooters to New Braunfels City Hall.
All those donations will be evaluated, refurbished, and then sanitized before being distributed to individuals who need them the most. We've got a list of details on KSATcommunity.com. And you already know what day is coming up. Families across the nation getting ready to honor their fathers. And KSAT's Good Morning San Antonio adding that extra layer of excitement to the festivities. KSAT offering one lucky winner a chance to win a $500 gift card through special Father's Day sweepstakes. We did this for Mother's Day. Very successful. You can be lucky too.
So the sweepstakes goes until 11:59 a.m. on June 12th of this year, obviously. To enter, fill out the entry form on our website, ksat.com.
I just want a nap. That's all I really want.
A nap?
A nice nap.
There you go.
Day.
There you go.
As we look at Authority Radar this morning, we've got some showers and storms starting to take shape around Howattsville and points east of San Antonio. We'll get you an update there and talk about our rain chances, what you can expect the rest of the week coming up.
Parents, beware. What your kids are seeing on TikTok about skincare could be hurting them and your wallet. We're going to tell you why.
And San Antonio's drought, now the second worst in recorded history. Our springs are suffering. Find out how bad it is and what it means for your water. Up next.
All right, 6:12 on your Monday morning. And again, congrats are in store this morning for UTSA baseball. The Roadrunners, unfortunately, season is over, but the Birds had a historic run to the Super Regionals. Both these games on national TV, so good exposure for the program. UTSA fell short this weekend against a red-hot UCLA team that has not lost a game in this tournament. Now, UTSA was up early in game one, but could not hold on to the lead on Saturday. Then Sunday could not generate enough offense here for the win. So let's go to the final score here. UTSA loses game 2 here against UCLA 7-0. And again, they finish off a pretty historic run here with the overall record of 47-15. Congrats to the UTSA Roadrunners. All right, how about some hoops action here? Take a look here. The NBA Finals right here in KSAT 12 now heads to the Midwest. Yes, the Heartland, Indianapolis, after the Thunder tied the series at 1 game apiece. Game 2 lacked the excitement that Game 1 had, as Oklahoma City basically took care of business at home. They needed that win last night. The Pacers kept things pretty close in the first quarter, but OKC took charge at the end of the first half and actually never looked back. So OKC cruising to a Game 2 win, 123-107. Game 3 set for Wednesday night right here on KSAT 12.
Hey, thanks so much, RJ. A lot of excitement going on right there. Okay, so if you've ever looked at the San Antonio skyline and saw a building with a historic architecture and a green-colored roof, you know it's called the Tower Life Building.
Yes, and now one Texas YouTuber has made a one-to-one recreation of it on Minecraft and wants viewers in San Antonio to use video games to make the most of their summer break. And our Devin Karp is across the way here in the building to show us how he did it and what it took to make this happen, Devin.
Yeah, look, I don't know if you guys know just how impressive this is. This is what a typical Minecraft server looks like, right? You've got your water, you've got your mountains, you've got your hearts, just some basic things here. And this is what this YouTuber was able to turn it into. A one-to-one recreation of the 5th tallest building in San Antonio. He did it with a lot of work, more than 500 hours of gameplay, and says he wants to inspire kids to achieve their dreams. I was able to meet with Eric. He has a YouTube channel called Mog Swamp. It's got more than 2.5 million subscribers who like to watch and tune in to his sometimes YouTube videos, playing Minecraft and recreating big buildings. Now, he said he's been playing the game ever since he was young and got inspired to start looking at architecture and like the buildings at the Tower Life one downtown. Eric spent hundreds of hours researching the history behind it, going through blueprints, looking through records from UTSA, and finally crafting all the blocks and materials he needed to make it. He hopes kids in San Antonio and across the country who watch his work get inspired to do their own creative real-world crafting and to start looking for inspiration no further than your backyard.
Right away, I just fell in love with the building. You can see it from so far away. Anywhere you're at in the city, you can see this building. And for me, it was the green terracotta roof just poking out. I was like, just so intrigued by it.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff there. I was also able to talk with KSAT, the San Antonio Museum of Science and Technology. They say that marrying concepts of education with video games is big right now with kids and could be a big step in making sure that they can stay interested in things they might not otherwise be. All right, so if you'd like to go out here and check out the building for yourself, it is still under construction right now. All you have to do, though, is look up at the San Antonio skyline, and you'll be sure that you can't miss it. If you want to see this YouTube video or anything else about this, you can go to our story online at KSAT.com. For now, I'll send it back to y'all. Maybe try to get better video games myself. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you very much for that, Devin. And yes, after a quick search, the Tower Life building is the 4th tallest building, but the 5th tallest structure, because the Tower of the Americas, of course, is going to be the tallest here in the San Antonio area. As we give you a look at our entire San Antonio skyline right there. A shot of downtown. Traffic is looking pretty good out there for our folks. Now, we do have that ongoing situation that's going to be at 35 at Alamo. We'll show you a little bit of that right now. So this right here, this is going to be actually our traffic here in I-10 early earlier, it looked like they were kind of working on New Braunfels Avenue, which is actually over the main lanes of I-10. And again, this is some ongoing construction taking place on the east side of town over by Highland Park Elementary. So keep this in mind. We're about to step outside. Obviously, the kiddos are out for school, so no major issues or delays on that end, but still something that we will keep an eye on. 35 right here at Alamo. This is what we just talked about. Ongoing construction here as we start up another week. We'll check in with TxDOT throughout the week and see exactly how this project is looking. This is going to be the lower levels of 35 right here, basically at Alamo Street all the way to South Laredo Street. So that is currently closed at the moment. All right, northeast side of town. Traffic looking much better here. After our 5 o'clock hour, we saw some pretty good backups over by Topper Wine, stretching all the way up to parts of the Forum past Live Oak and Universal City. But we are good to go there for our folks. Everything else across the city, y'all, looking good. Let's take a look there at our traffic coming in from 37 right there. Good morning to folks out there in Pleasanton. 24 minutes if you're coming up on 37. Old Corpus Christi Highway, 31 minutes if you're coming in from Floresville on this Monday morning.
Green on the screen, looking mean for the team. I see you.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Good.
She's a poet. She didn't even know.
Wow.
Hey.
All right. Okay, so we got to talk about our creeks and springs. They've been in a real rough spot, and they continue to struggle due to a record-setting drought. I met up with Paul Bertetti of the Edwards Aquifer Authority at the Blue Hole, which of course is at the headwaters of the Incarnate Word. It is also the headwaters for the San Antonio River. It last flowed around 2018. We asked where this current drought ranks historically.
Based on how we have calculated the droughts using groundwater levels, this is the second worst drought in recorded history in the last 100 years. Not only is it as the second longest, 1950s is much, much longer. Another 3 years we'd have to be in these conditions to hit 1950s. But it's the lowest water levels we've had over the period of time of the drought. So it's more intense than the drought we had in 2011, 2014.
And where's your concern level?
Pretty high.
So for the first time since the EAA was established, Stage 5 pumping restrictions were issued back in May. Now we've since gotten out of that, but Bertetti says we need several rain events in a row if we want to emerge from this drought. And it's not going to be just these, 1-2 inch events. We need one of those big gully washers, and we need about 3 or 4 of those in a row to really kind of climb back out of this. So we're still in kind of a world of hurt, and you can see that the Blue Hole there is definitely dried up. Hopefully we'll get it flowing once again. And there are rain chances this week, so there is the good news there. Let's go outside for you. And we've got just a few morning clouds, although at the moment it looks like we've got mostly clear conditions as we look out over 410 and I-10. Not a bad morning. 77 degrees at the airport, 76 in New Braunfels, 78 Converse, east-northeasterly winds as it stands right now, but definitely a high amount of moisture in the atmosphere. The Authority radar still showing that we have some of these storms up here across parts of central Texas. These are producing quite a few lightning strikes, and then this bigger complex of showers and storms, which is to our east and northeast, affecting places like College Station and over towards the LaGrange area. Now that will continue to work off to the south and east, probably towards Houston. We will by and large miss out on that, but we do have some activity down around Hallettsville that we'll take a look at here. So this is kind of developing out ahead of this, and these showers and storms are moving off to the south and east as well. Again, nothing here in San Antonio, and if we see anything, it's probably going to be just in a form of a shower. But this is a sign of things to come as the pattern is getting more active. The track of storms. Now, yesterday, by the way, there was a ton of severe weather across North Texas, but it's all like this. We're going to see that pattern shift a little closer to us as we get into the coming days. And as we get into this afternoon, I don't expect much, but we are going to watch what's going to develop out here across parts of West Texas. If these can cluster together and work south and east, then they can make a run for San Antonio tonight going into tomorrow morning. This is 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Show some showers and storms around. So we'll start to bring rain chances up on your Tuesday, even more so as we get into Wednesday as the pattern definitely gets more active. So 94 Tuesday, 30% chance of rain, but a 60% chance Wednesday, 40% chance Thursday. Some good chances there. And we'll see temperatures get dragged down into the 80s both of those days. with drier weather expected by Father's Day weekend. Okay, our Just Ask Justin question this morning, since we're on the topic of aquifers, approximately what percentage of water used in Texas comes from aquifers? Is it 12%, 55%, 72%, or 98%? You can vote. Go to ksat.com/poll or scan the QR code. We'll bring you that answer here in about 30 minutes. We'll be right back.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a warning for parents after a new investigation by Northwestern University researchers finding tween skincare routines may be causing more harm to skin and parents' bank accounts than good. Researchers from Northwestern University creating TikTok accounts pretending to be 13-year-olds and reviewing 100 skincare videos on TikTok from girls as young as 7. Among the top 25 most viewed videos, investigators finding an average of 11 active ingredients that could irritate adolescent skin, including citric acid, salicylic acid, and glycolic acid.
Many of these skincare products deal with adult skin issues. So when they use these products, it can really be harmful to their skin barrier.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more about what parents should know about their kids' skincare routines. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
All right, it is 6:25 right now. We're looking at 79 degrees outside.
Still more to come here on GMSA, including a massive 2-alarm fire on the northeast side overnight. We'll be back with that.
We also got a Texas treasure, Jacob's Well, now a shadow of its former self. But can it make a return? Justin breaks it down.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Happy Monday, guys, and thanks so much for waking up with us. We're keeping it going. RJ is staying active with the roadways.
Oh, I thought with this, I had a little family raccoons that showed up at my
Lord
place.
Bless it. That ain't,
That's what you're going to say.
Well, we're talking about the joys of pet ownership.
Yes.
And he's got a picture of a raccoon that was trying to make its way into your place.
It was right next to us. But
either way, we're dealing with temperatures for a lot of animals to be coming out and about right now.
Yeah, they do. They're all looking for water, right? So, yeah.
And a cool place to hang out.
That's true, too. And those raccoons love trash cans, I'll tell you what. Anyway, let's take a look at the authority radar this morning. We've got some showers and storms kind of surrounding us, if you will, but nothing really here over San Antonio, and I don't expect a lot this morning. In fact, I just stepped outside, and we've got clear skies here over much of the city. So really no issues at the moment, and then the morning commute should be just fine. But we do see that we have some storms up here around the Killeen area, Coppers Cove, some thunder and lightning up there just north of Burnett. This will work down towards Marble Falls. Now the question is, would this work all the way down to San Antonio? And I think the answer to that is no. And you'll notice kind of the movement of this is more east and southeast. So I think on that current trajectory, we would just not see much of that. I do need to point out, though, that our friends down there in Howattsville and just north of Victoria are seeing a few showers and downpours this morning. We're going to put rain chances at 20% in San Antonio or less for today. Rain, though, is going to be a daily possibility, really starting tomorrow through Friday. And our best chance will be Wednesday and Wednesday night. With amounts up to an inch, maybe a few of us getting 2 to 3 inches when it's all said and done. Now that's cumulatively. That would not be a drought-busting rainfall, but it helps. We just keep chipping away here. So small chances this morning, noontime, 88, partly cloudy. We'll go mostly sunny this afternoon. Heat indices will certainly be over 100. And we will have some rain chances in there, especially as we get into tonight, as some storms make their way out of West Texas, and so it begins. We'll talk about this active pattern in which days you can expect some of that heavy rainfall. That's coming up in just a couple minutes, RJ, but it is Monday morning. We need a nice commute. What do you got?
All right, Justin, I think I got something for you here as we take a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. Hey, even the northeast side looking pretty good so far. So again, fingers crossed that we keep things that way for our drivers over in Live Oak and Universal City. Good morning to all of our folks there. Hey, good morning to all of our folks off 1604 Boulevarde Road. Traffic looking pretty good there. And on the northwest side, 1604 over by Babcock. Traffic not too bad for many of us that are about to step outside right now. A shot there at the Stone Oak area. Okay, so earlier I was looking at this because we had reports of a vehicle that was stalled off the side of the road, and I saw the Hero truck actually get there. They actually gave him like a legit push start back onto the highway. So very interesting scene there for a little while, but it looks like traffic is good to go there. I thought that was just kind of a fun little thing to check out, that Hero truck basically pushing them back onto parts of 37 northbound. Take a look here at 90 at 1604. A little bit of delays here for our drivers that are getting to 1604, kind of our normal buildup that we see during our morning rush hour over by Montgomery Road and that part of the far west side of town. And still some ongoing activity here. Again, this would be reported as construction over on I-10 West over at New Braunfels Avenue. So something to keep in mind for all of our drivers on the east side of town making their way parts of I-10 and obviously 37 on the east side of town. Everything else across the city is looking pretty good so far for your Monday morning drive. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, RJ. This morning, we've been covering the fire that unfolded last night on the northeast side.
A pretty dramatic scene. San Antonio firefighters battled that massive 2-alarm fire at an apartment complex. This was at 410 between Starcrest and Perrin Bidle. And Patty Santos has been there for a little while now to bring us up to date on what is happening there. So, Patty, what's the very latest?
Hey there, good morning. Well, the sun is starting to come out, so we are starting to get a better picture of just the massive destruction of this building. The entire third floor right now, you can see, is pretty much gone. There's nothing salvageable up there. Firefighters tell us this was so intense. We can actually see some of that debris that was coming out from this fire. You can see some of the cars right here. They're covered in soot. This is all from the water and the smoke that was coming out of this building. But take a look at just how intense this fire was last night. A total of 9 out of the 12 units were occupied. 22 people are without a home this morning, and you can see those flames are pretty intense. This was a second alarm fire. That means they were taking precautions because it was so intense. They needed as much manpower as they could to make sure that they got this fire under control and helped it not spread to other buildings around it. 100 firefighters were on the scene here. They tell us the gust and the winds right here this overnight were the main problem. Take a listen.
This kind of fire this time of night, your concern is that not everyone got out, but we're very fortunate that as of now there's no report of anyone missing or anyone unaccounted for.
Another problem that they had last night was the access to a fire hydrant. We are inside the apartment complex, and they tell us they had to get the water from all the way to the access road inside into where this fire was located. This morning, fire investigators are going to work to find out what caused this fire. We have reached out to the Red Cross to find out how many of those 22 people that were displaced they are helping. That is all we have this morning. We'll send it back to you. Immigrants are welcome here! Immigrants are welcome here!
That was the message heard downtown this weekend just after Sunday Mass. Hundreds gathered in front of the City Hall protesting recent ICE activity right here in San Antonio. Well, activists there highlighted arrests made outside immigration hearings. It's something that has worried a lot of families.
I'm worried about my family. Yeah, meanwhile.
Governor Greg Abbott says that these are part of an organized legal immigration process for groups like LILAC and these protesters pushing back even against President Trump's National Guard deployment in L.A. Many here believe change starts locally, and they're looking to new leaders like Mayor-elect Gina Ortiz-Jones to stand with them.
Well, this morning, San Antonio police are still looking for a driver responsible for a crash over the weekend. A pregnant woman is in a hospital right now after being involved in that crash. This was on the eastbound lanes of Wurzbach Parkway. She was a passenger in a car that lost control and crashed into a concrete divider. The driver of the car ran off, leaving her inside that crashed car. She was taken to a hospital and is reportedly in good condition. When the driver is found, they will be charged with collision involving injury. This morning, we know more about a drive-by shooting that happened in Live Oak. An arrest has been made. 33-year-old Darius Gladney was booked on a charge of engaging in criminal activity connected to the shooting death of 29-year-old Albert Roy. Police say 4 people shot and killed Roy before running away. Surveillance video reportedly shows Gladney and others with the suspect vehicle at his apartment complex. Officers believe Gladney helped the shooters escape and dispose of the truck, which was later found abandoned in Selma.
2 people are dead after a shooting outside of a North Side bar. It was around 5:30 yesterday morning when SAPD got to an area outside to Luna Live Music Bar on San Pedro Avenue. They found 2 men shot, one unfortunately dead, and another rushed to the hospital where he died. Police say that a fight actually broke out between a group of women and escalated, and the 2 men stepped in, started shooting at each other. Right now, we don't know their names or whether or not they knew each other.
My Project Mend is starting the summer off with a series of collection drives to give the gift of mobility to those in need. Their first Gear Up for Mobility event will be held Saturday, June 28th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Donors are encouraged to bring gently used home medical equipment like wheelchairs and power scooters to New Braunfels City Hall.
And of course, all of those donations will be evaluated, refurbished, and sanitized before being distributed to individuals who need them the most. Your donation can help someone regain their independence, and we got the list of details at ksatcommunity.com. Also, all of our families, listen up, because families across the nation getting ready to honor their father on the beautiful Father's Day. KSAT's Good Morning San Antonio adding an extra layer of excitement to the festivities by offering one lucky winner a chance to win a $500 gift card through a special Father's Day sweepstakes.
So it runs until 11:59 a.m. on June 12, 2025. You can read the official rules on KSAT.com. To enter, fill out the entry form on our website.
Outside with live cam, skies are clear, and it's not a bad morning, but we're expecting more showers and thunderstorms this week. Actually, some pretty good chances by Wednesday. And how much rain can we see? Well, maybe on the order of 1 to 3 inches. We'll talk about when and where that rain may fall coming up.
Six, well, doomed. The famous blue water has vanished, but we can see what's being done right after the break.
Hey, there's a lot you can do with Minecraft, including building a San Antonio staple. Coming up on GMSA, we're going to take a look at how one YouTuber hopes to inspire kids across the nation.
Welcome back, 642. Okay, so we got a really cool story here. Have you ever looked at the San Antonio skyline and seen that building? Really, really cool there. It has that green colored roof, and it's called the Tower Life building.
All right, so now one Texas YouTuber has made a one-to-one recreation of it on Minecraft and wants viewers in San Antonio to use video games to make the most of their summer break. Now, Devin Karp is here in the building to let us know what it took. I mean, this is pretty impressive stuff.
Oh yeah, you know, Ernie, this is about taking Minecraft and pushing it to the limit. He has put over 500 hours of gameplay studying blueprints just to make sure he could get every detail of the Tower Life building correct, because he says when it comes to your imagination, there's no limit for what kids can do. So I was able to speak with Eric. He has the YouTube channel called Mog Swamp. He's in Texas, and that channel has more than 2.5 million subscribers. He said that he first started coming to San Antonio, seeing the building, and absolutely fell in love with it, so he knew he had to recreate it in Minecraft. He spent hundreds of hours researching the history behind the building, looking at blueprints, going through records from UTSA, and finally crafting all the blocks and materials he needed to make it. Now, I was able to speak with him and the San Antonio Museum of Science and Technology, who say things like this can really help pique kids' interest in learning.
There's a special kind of Minecraft called Minecraft Education, where it helps bridge the gap with other subjects as well. So not just engineering, but chemistry, cybersecurity, and plenty of other things as well. So I love that this is a wonderful tool that not only kids get excited about, but are engaged in being able to learn topics that maybe otherwise wouldn't have been so exciting.
So Giselle says that SAMSAT and TechPort San Antonio still have spots open for their several video game themed summer camps. If you want to learn more about those, you can head over to our website, ksat.com. And if you want to see the Tower Life building yourself, well, you don't need to look very far. It's the 4th tallest building in San Antonio, the 5th tallest structure when you include the Tower of the Americas. And even though there's construction happening on right now, all you have to do is look up for the green roof that's right over there. I'm going to see if I can start to get a little bit better at video games in the meantime, but we're going to have the full story coming up later today at GMSA at 9. For now, I'm going to send it back to you guys. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
That is really, really cool. Yeah, great story there, Devin. And just the advances in the way that we do our gaming stuff is pretty impressive. And I'm glad to see that we got a lot of kiddos that are getting into some parts of esports. I'm still stuck on Super Mario World. That's basically my the gist of my knowledge of that. All right, let's take a look here at 281 Sunterra, Stone Oak area. Y'all looking good here on a Monday morning. We're going to show you this shots here in just a little bit. 10 at New Braunfels. See if we could kind of move on to some other spots here. 35, 37 for all of our drivers making their way out to parts of the Pearl. We see the Hotel Emma there in the background. Obviously a big part of our San Antonio skyline nowadays, especially by the Pearl. 35 here, seeing a little bit of delays for our drivers coming south towards 1604. But again, no major crashes to let you know about there. And then west side of town, far west side, 98, 1604. Starting to see some backups here for our drivers coming towards that one particular interchange. Obviously, even if school's out, 90, 1604 is always kind of busy no matter what. So make sure to give yourself more time. And then some ongoing construction right here, 10 and New Braunfels. But again, no crashes to let you know about as we get to our 7 o'clock hour. Okay, no Alex Gomez. He's taking a much deserved day off. He's hanging out at the beach. So my man Justin Horn. It was hot outside, man. I almost thought about shaving my head like Wemby. I don't know.
What?
If I saw Wemby's
Really?
haircut. Yeah. No, I was not.
Lord bless it.
Your hair is it's your thing.
Goodness. It's a vibe. Yeah. Wemby's a vibe, though.
Yeah,
Something else as a vibe is that Jacob's Well, or
Yes.
it used to be.
Well, it used to be. You're right. So this morning we're getting a look at what used to be a popular spot in the hill country. That is Jacob's Well near Wimberley. The area is famous for its deep cave full of beautiful blue water. The only problem is lack of water. Once a place that required reservations years in advance is no longer swimmable.
How long has it been since folks have been able to swim in this?
It's been since about June of 2022.
Wow.
We opened like normal that summer, thinking we were getting ourselves into a normal swim season, but by the end of June, we noticed something was kind of wrong.
So will it ever be back? Coming up later at GMSA at 9, I'm breaking it all down, and we'll get an inside look at what things are like there now. You know, even during the 1950s, Jacob's Well did not go dry. So this is unique. And part of that is because there's been so much development, of course, over the Trinity Aquifer. There's a lot of demand for water. And when it doesn't rain, not a great situation. They did have little turtles in there, too. It's very cute. Anyway, we'll bring you that story coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. Okay, here's a picture. I asked you guys to send in pictures from when you could swim in Jacob's Well, and you did an awesome job. This is from Mary Ann, and shows her jumping in to the famed Jacob's Well there. And of course, that ledge right there is where people jump off. It's a famous rock where you jump off into the water. And what's interesting about this piece of rock, it's during the floods, of course, around Wimberley, was in 2016. That rock got washed away, but they brought it back and put it back in place so you can still jump off of it. And hopefully, we'll get some more water in Jacob's Well here soon, and it will return to its glory. But it's been a rough stretch. There is no two ways around it when it comes to this lack of rainfall. Okay, the Authority radar this morning shows a broken line of showers and storms here across central Texas. This is moving to the south and east, so this likely misses San Antonio. And those showers around Hallettsville are also quickly moving south and east. So it does not appear that we're going to get in on this action, but it does look more favorable as we get into tonight. And really, by Wednesday, we're going to get some pretty decent rain chances around here. And we can hopefully add to our totals. We're at 11.59 for the year. That's not horrible. Our average is 13.72, so we're running about 2 inches below average. We had a pretty good latter part of May that helped us dig out of the hole a little bit. Forecast for this morning, we'll say mostly cloudy, although skies for the moment are clear. 88 noontime, we'll be up around 97 today. It's another hot one. Heat index value is certainly over 100. Here's a look at the futurecast. And those showers and storms this morning will continue to move towards Houston. By 5 o'clock, you're just not going to see much there. We still have a little bit of just some sinking air, but things change as we get into tonight. We start to see storms developing across parts of West Texas. These could make a run for us by tomorrow morning. This is 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. And then we'll see some showers and storms maybe make their way in by mid-morning tomorrow if they indeed can hold together. Then as we get into Tuesday, we may see another round of nighttime storms coming in from the west this go around. And by Wednesday, 60% chance of rain. So these are good odds. 30% chance going into tonight, tomorrow, 40% chance Tuesday night, and all the way up to 60% chance Wednesday. And I think we'll have some decent chances through roughly Thursday. So if you look at the rainfall potential now through Saturday morning, maybe around 1 to 3 inches with some bigger totals to the north, lower totals as you go south. We're hopeful. We're hopeful that we'll get some more rain into our aquifers and rivers and streams Temperatures will be dragged down too by these clouds and rain chances. 89 potentially Wednesday, 88 on Thursday. So an active week ahead. Make sure you have that KSAT weather app handy and we'll keep you updated. Okay, it is time for our Just Ask Justin answer here. Approximately what percentage of water used in Texas comes from aquifers? Is it 12%, 55%, 72%, or 98%? We got votes for all of them, but 55% with a narrow margin with the lead there. What do you guys think?
I'm going 55.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like it's over half, so I'll go with the 55 crowd.
Okay, you guys are very good guessers. Well, you had that based on some knowledge too. Okay, so here is the answer. It is 55%.
Hey.
You guys are spot on. And so in 2020, Texans used about 14.7 million acre feet of water per year. Of that, 55% was supplied by groundwater from aquifers. The Edwards and Trinity aquifers are among the most used aquifers in Texas.
All right. Thanks so much, Justin. Well, it was a big weekend for the city of San Antonio. We now have a new mayor and city council members. Ahead on GMSA Plus, we'll recap those results just for you.
Okay, 6:55. Let's give you a quick check of your traffic. 10 in New Braunfels. That construction has cleared out there for our drivers on the east side. Give you a look here at 35, 37. Over by the Pearl, traffic looking pretty good out there. There is reports of some fire department activity over at 281 at San Pedro, but it looks like traffic is moving along there. That would be on the frontage road of 281 North, the ramp right there at San Pedro Avenue. We'll keep an eye on the situation here and give you more details on GMSA Plus. Justin, how are we looking outside?
We got mostly clear skies as it stands right now. Temperatures are starting to warm up. We'll be in the 80s, low 80s by 10 o'clock. We are watching some storms well to our north and to our east. I think by and large, those miss us, but we will see temperatures into the upper 90s this afternoon. And beyond that, the pattern gets more active. We get to bring rain chances up 30% coming up tomorrow morning. We're going to watch for some storms tomorrow night. And then our best chance being Wednesday, a 60% chance of showers and storms. We'll see kind of rounds of rain, if you will, through Friday before the rain chance is cut off. And we get into a dry and rather warm Father's Day weekend.
Father's Day.
I know.
It's coming up, man.
It is coming up. Okay.
Look at you.
And just like Justin said, all I want is a nap as well. I don't need a lot.
Well, you deserve it, man.
Thank you.
Y'all stick around. We got so much more coming your way on GMSA Plus. We're streaming on KSAT Plus, KSAT.com. Don't go anywhere.